Writing an equation from 2 points. So we're given here 2 points, 6, 2, and negative 6, negative 8, and we want to write an equation in slope-intercept form. So the first thing we need to do is find the slope. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my slope formula that's right here, and I'm going to label x1. Let me make that a little thicker. I'm going to do x1 and then y1 and then x2 and y2. Okay, once you label your points, you're going to follow this pattern. It says we're going to take y2 and subtract y1. So y2 is negative 8, and I'm going to subtract y1, which is 2. You're going to divide that by x2, which is negative 6, and I'm going to subtract x1, which is 6. Okay? All right, now I'm going to get my slope. I can plug that right into my Desmos calculator. I'm going to go ahead and click the division first and do negative 8. Go back and check. Minus 2. Oop. Let me do that again. Division sign, negative 8 minus 2 over negative 6 minus 6. If you get a decimal like this, just click on the fraction button. That way you can get a fraction. We like that generally better than the decimal for slope. So I get 5 over 6. All right. Step 2 says substitute our slope, that's what we just got, and 1 point into slope-intercept form. So you can pick a point. It doesn't matter which one you pick. I'm going to go ahead and just pick the first one. There's also no negatives with this one. That can be nice. It doesn't matter which point you pick. But I'm going to substitute it in here. My y coordinate is 2 equals, my m I just got is 5 over 6. Okay. And then I'm going to multiply that by my x coordinate, which is 6. And then I got to find b. So now I got to solve for b. So I'm going to multiply 5 over 6 times 6. Over here to my calculator to help me with that. 5 over 6. You can put it just as you see. Times 6 is 5. So 2 is equal to 5 plus b. I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. Okay. So 2 minus 5 is negative 3. That's my b. Okay. So that's not my final answer, though. Remember, we want the equation. Okay. So my final answer is going to be y equals the slope that I found here, 5 over 6. I keep x a letter. And my b here I got is negative 3. That is the equation of your line when you're given 2 points. Now, it does not matter which point you picked. I picked 6, 2. You could have picked this one. You'll get the same exact answer. Okay, let's look at another example. What is the equation of the line that passes through the points 0, 5, and negative 5, 7? So I'm going to go ahead and write my y equals mx plus b. Actually, I don't need that yet. What I need right now is my slope formula. Okay, so I need to do that. I'm going to go ahead and label my points here. This is x1, this is x2. This is y1, this is y2. And I'm going to plug it into that formula. y2 is 7 minus 5, it's my y1, over negative 5 is my x2 minus 0. I think I just wrote a 1 there. That's x1. Okay. And now I can put that right into my calculator. 7 minus 5, negative 5 minus 0. So I'm going to just delete this one. Okay. 7 minus 5 and negative 5 minus 0. Again, I get a decimal, so I'm going to change it to a fraction. Negative 2 over 5. All right. Now I'm going to substitute in for slope-intercept forms. Here's my y equals I need to pick one point. I'll just pick this one. I usually just pick the first one. It does not matter. So I'm going to say 5 equals. My m here I just got is negative 2/5. My x is 0. And then I have plus b. I don't know what my b is. So I'm going to multiply. Negative 2/5 times 0. Anything times 0 is 0. Okay. 5 is equal to 0 plus b. Well, if I add 0 to b, it's just b. So 5 is equal to b. So I'm going to write my equation. Y equals my slope, negative 2/5 x, and then I have a 5 here, plus 5. There's my equation, okay? My slope, negative 2/5, and the b that I got, which was 5. And there we go. That is my equation. Okay. Let's look at another example. What is an equation of the line that passes through the points? Again, I'm going to label x1, x2, y1, y2, and I'm going to use my formula. And you can always just go back. You can Google this formula too. y2 minus y1. Okay. All right, I'm going to start with my y's. y2, I do 3 minus a negative 2. Be careful with your negatives there. 3 minus a negative 2. There's two different negatives, one from this minus and one from this minus, over my x2, which is 6 minus 3. All right, so I'm going to type that in my calculator. 3 minus negative 2. 3 minus negative 2. Okay, and then in the bottom, I have 6 minus 3. All right, I get 5 over 3. All right, so now I'm going to use my slope-intercept equation. And I'm going to pick a point. It doesn't matter again. I'm going to pick the first point. My y there is negative 2 equals my m is 5 over 3. My x is 3. Multiply those two together. And then plus b. Multiply them. 5 over 3 times 3. 5 over 3. Parentheses 3 is 5. So I get negative 2 is equal to 5 plus b. I have to subtract. Oop, got a little ahead of myself there. Subtract 5 from here. Negative 2 minus 5 is negative 7. All right, I'm all done. Y equals, my slope is 5 over 3, x, and then my b I got was minus 7. And there is my equation. Okay, those take a minute. You just have to have some patience and make sure you write down all of your work carefully. It can be easy to make a little error. All right, let's look at one more type of problem here. Okay, what is the equation of the line that passes through these points? And what I want you to notice here, we're going to go ahead and find the slope. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and label x1, x2, y1, y2. All right, y2 is negative 4 minus a negative 4 over x1 is 4 minus a negative 6. And when I put that in, okay, I have negative 4 minus a negative 4, not 42. And then I get 4 minus negative 6, 4 minus -6. All right, I get 0. So 0 is going to be a special one. Remember, 0 is my Hoi. Okay, so that's a y equals. So my answer is going to be y equals. If you notice, the y coordinates are the same, -4. Okay, my last one's going to be similar. I am going to go ahead and label x1, x2, y1, y2. I'm just going to follow the pattern that I have here. y2 is 2 minus my y1, which is 6 all over. My x2 is 1 minus my y1, which is also 1. I type that in, 2 minus 6 over 1 minus 1. Division, 2 minus 6 over 1 minus 1. We get undefined. Your slope is undefined. Okay? So for this one, that's actually going to be our Vux. Undefined slope is x equals. So if you look at it, my x's are the same. They're both 1. And that is your equation. So those are special ones. If you see a number repeats, both of the y's repeat or both of the x's repeat, it's going to be one of these special ones. All right, go ahead and practice in your Delta Math.